let's jump right into it, shall we? So this is a configuration that we have played once before, and I'm interested to see if it ends up feeling competitive a second time through. This is a Teemo Diana deck. So Teemo is one of the elusive champions, so he can only be blocked by their elusive things. Whenever he hits your opponent, he puts 5 puff caps in their deck, which are trap cards that deal damage to them when they draw it. And then he levels up when you've planted 15 total puff caps. And then his leveled mode doubles the amount of puff caps in the opponent's deck every time he connects. So one of the things that's kind of sweet is that the Mushroom Clouds, in addition to being a cheap card that enables Teemo off of Clump Wump and Chump Wump, is that these are also just cheap burst speed cards, which means they enable the Nightfall units really well also. So these Mushroom Clouds are great enablers for things like, Crescent Guardian, Shadestalker, and then our other champion, Diana. So Diana's a champion that I really love. I think she's probably my favorite champion in Runeterra right now. Really good, just aggressive champion and 2/2 quick attack for 2, but can also gain Challenger with Nightfall, so she's able to kind of help you control the board a little bit, which is great. So let's go ahead and jump on into some games here with this and see how it goes. How can I keep track? So the kids are on their third week of remote learning, so that's definitely made it easier to keep track of with them being in school. And Christy started work back up this week, so there's a little bit of a differential. What's going on? Evening Hoaglandia is going to be part of our new normal here, which is exciting. During the week at least. So planning to not be live Saturday, Sunday night, just Saturday, Sunday morning. Opponent is playing Mono Trundle. Wonder if there's some kind of harrowing variation. As far as hands are concerned, Lenari Dustbringer is always welcome. Going to Mulligan, Chump Wump, and Pale Cascade, looking for one of our 2-drop Nightfall cards. I'm getting there, Hunox. So all of my treatments been, all of my trays have been 2-week trays. So I still have 4.5 left, so they're 2 months. One of my teeth was one of my top row teeth was really messed up. It needs to be taken slow.
You can see the Demacian border from here.
Mr. Zaute, thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back. Would I call our deck more aggro or tempo? Well, tempo is a subset of aggro, so I think that distinction doesn't quite make sense.
Enter, traveler, and stop staring.
We played this out. This thing generating some gems for us is nice. The gems trigger Puffcat Peddler really nicely. This support is Grant, so it permanently grants a bonus. This thing will be a 4/4 forever. I keep thinking my Twitch app is bugged with your new schedule. What's going on, Mike? Yeah, so opponent is on Entreat, so the opponent is only playing Trundle as their only champion, so that way Entreat always draws Trundles. They basically have 6 virtual Trundles. Just gonna go ahead and Puffcat Peddler here.
There was a little fella asking for me.
Icequake costs 8. They only have 6 mana currently. We could get, like, deal 2 to everything. Hey, Ultimate Mistake, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Yeah, I've definitely, I plan to do a little bit more Magic stuff when their new set releases to dive into that a bit and explore it, but definitely don't plan to stop doing Runeterra and Variety stuff. I think I have my schedule ironed out for next week if you want to see what release is going to look like. We also have a week from tomorrow on the 19th is our next Toglandia Open, which will be standard after rotation. So again, because I opened on attacks here, opponent has to have a spell to interact. They can't deploy blockers before combat. We have 9 coming in here, and they're at 12, so... Wow, they just took it. That's incredible. Going to war. Alright, so... We're definitely just going to put some puff caps in them, right? Shoot, they're at 3? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in hand. I can play this, it'll put me to 10, and then I can play the puff cap, which will put me to 9, so I still draw for the turn. Honestly, I think that's the play. I think it's just like, put 8 more puff caps in their deck. They're up to 16 puff caps on 3 life. Hey, how's it going, Korluski? Yep, yeah, I'm planning to do evening streams Monday through Friday now. Yep, there we go. So, every time they draw a card with one of those puff caps on it, they take a damage. I'm gonna go ahead and block here, I think. I think there's a... They basically need to sweep or die, so...
We will be free.
I don't think I want to play out anything too good. Like, I'm kind of expecting them... Actually, maybe I should have blocked with the 4/3 here if I'm expecting them to have an Ice Quake. Just gonna pass here. See what they do. I could just play a bunch of gems to try and kill them. That's true. They are at 2. I kind of want them to blink, though. Like, I feel like they have Ice Quake, and I should have blocked. Yeah, I should have blocked this with something bigger. I think we suit up this in response.
Look out below!
And go ahead and gem this to start healing it back up, and put some more puff caps in their deck. That's a bingo. Yeah, the variety segments will be up on YouTube too, like everything else that I do. And remember, like, they were gonna have a draw step on their turn too, right? I love when we get to do the thing right away. It's a good time. Ian B. Shaw, love that you're changing your schedule to help out with the little ones and Christy. I appreciate your Prime support. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for the 3rd of a year. I think we're definitely mulliganing the Crescent Guardian. Do I want to mulligan a Diana? They're playing Mono Orion Soul, which is the Dragons deck. I'm gonna keep the Dianas. Diana's champion spell is Pale Cascade, which is just a very good card in general.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Ours is the one true light. Devotion to battle.
I played any Tarek decks. Yeah, we played a bunch of different Tarek decks.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
You know what? Maybe this is wrong. I guess they could single combat me regardless of how I sequence.
Lunari, rise.
The guilty were banned.
We're gonna block and then single combat Teemo here. That's unfortunate.
Vandal Scout never.
That's That's fine. It's like, that's like a kind of feel bad exchange, losing our champion, but it's technically a 2-for-2 rate. We'll get a little value with this Dusk Petal here. Okay, let's go ahead and end the round here. We'll open on Dusk Petal into Lanari Shadestalker here. Get in for 7 here. It might honestly be right to Pale Cascade just to push damage. I guess now it doesn't make sense. They have another Hush. It's like used Hush as a gain 2 though, so like, deal. Alright, so Chump Wump enables Nightfall this turn and next turn, which is great. How do I feel about saving this? I think I feel good about it. Goodbye, Dragon. I think Poro Cannon can be sweet in this deck. It's cheap, elusive that we can buff with Mentor of Stones or Suit Up. It enables Nightfall at a low cost. On turn 2, Diana, you could discard Gem for value. Yeah, I could see that, Percy. That sounds worth testing. Do I want to open attacks here? She's leveled already. The problem with opening attacks is it's weak to single combat. But I guess they didn't have single combat last turn. This card's not stellar in this deck. It's definitely doesn't really fit with our aggressive theme. So I think I take the Crescent Strike here because I would like to stun this to try and... I need to play around Judgment next turn. Is a card that could get us inside of combat. So my goal will be to try and make them play something else out. How does Nightfall work? Nightfall gives you a bonus if it's explicitly not the first card you've played in a turn. So you'll, like, Mushroom Clouds are good in this archetype because you can discard a Mushroom Cloud to, or play a Mushroom Cloud to trigger your Nightfall because it's a cheap burst spell nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and open on Crescent Strike here because, again, if I open attacks and they have a Judgment, it makes this strike all my things. Judgment is an 8-mana fast spell that says target ally strikes all battling enemies. So stunning this plays around that. It's a very common card their archetype plays. Very good with this dragon having Fury, getting bigger every time it kills something. So it's our lose condition, so we're going to try and play around it here. Making changes based purely off win rate data is bad design philosophy, I think. It's kind of what led to Magic being a crap show for the last 2 years. I agree. I definitely agree with that sentiment. Definitely agree with that sentiment. Data should often be a factor in the changes that you're making, but it shouldn't be the only thing that you're considering. You definitely need to pair. You need to pair your data with the human touch. So Poro Cannon is a cheap Nightfall enabler that creates elusive threats that do kind of synergize with everything else we have going on. They are good with suit up too. Moonstone here is probably one I can trim. Probably go down to... Yeah, probably better than the Evoke. The Evoke Nightfall, I agree with that. If I'm going up on these, how do we feel about, for my one of, just playing a, what's it called? What's the one mana spell? Jury Rig? Jury Rig is good with Nightfall. Yeah, I think I like that. Stay safe out there, chat. That's a tornado of fire. It's yep. Vote out the climate change deniers in the fall. Thanks. Appreciate you. My children appreciate you. Trundamere. I think I'm gonna mulligan Diana and keep all my mushroom makers here. They're playing a control deck. All the mushroom makers should be good. Fire tornadoes aren't uncommon. Citation needed. You have 10 minutes to provide. Now you have 5 minutes to provide a citation.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Have 3. Alright, so they're going up to 5 resources this turn, so I definitely want to open on attacks before they can trundle me. And then the question becomes, wow, they're just trying to end the round, huh? Alright, well, I'll play another Puffcat Peddler then.
Fella asking for me.
Wow, I think I definitely just end here and then open attacks again, right? They're definitely like trying to bait me into an Ice Quake or a Ruination. So it's like do this and then attack you for 8. Look at that, great source. These Whirlwinds of Flame are not really rare, just rarely documented. I appreciate the sourcing. So like they tried to bait me into extending into their sweeper and we didn't take the bait and we got to punish them. I love the priority system in this game. The priority system in this game is just so infinitely more rewarding when you're playing against a control deck and you know what you're doing. Like it's just incredible how rewarding it is compared to playing against control decks in Magic that just feel rancid and miserable and like you're gonna die at any point. So we'll get them up to... So they're at 5. They're at 5. They have 17 buff caps in their deck. I'm gonna go ahead and play this and put them up to 27 puff caps in their deck. Their deck does gain life, but let's load them up. Yeah, I agree, Percy. The fact that they're down to 5 means we could just kill them with puff caps. You enjoy having 0 counterplay against Wrath of God, right? Yeah, the fact that basically every unit in this game has flash since you're playing on your opponent's turn is such a big skill cap.
I smell a
Just
fight.
absolutely huge.
Night flowers upon my blade.
That's fine. I'm gonna have an absurd open attacks next turn, chat. It's gonna be great. We're strategically keeping extra puff caps in my opponent's deck right now, so that way Teemo doubles more of them.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish, Queen Sister.
That the best you got?
Here's the fire tornado clip, you'd like. I've got suit up and another pump spell here. Yeah, we are chewing up and spitting out these mopey ramp decks.
We did it together.
We did it together. Teemo knows what's up, chat. Teemo knows what's up. Can you explain what you mean by that being a skill cap flash creatures? Because it gives you more counterplay and sequencing decisions. It lets you choose how you're using your mana in more places and more ways. Hello, youngest son. What's up?
Hi, Daddy.
What you doing? You're a dork. Alright, Karma Ezreal, eh? I think I'm in for Clump and Puffcat Peddler. We've actually played this one once before, Percy, and this is definitely one I've considered. It's the same regions as Vi Diana too, so like I think I'm mulliganing Diana here. They don't tend to have units that she can run down. I think I'm keeping the rest of these. Drawing suit up on one feels real bad. Hey, Thibs, welcome. Yeah, I figure the evening streams. I expect the viewer count for the evening streams to be a little bit lower for the first little bit at least, while we build some folks up and people get used to it. But already seeing a number of names that we don't normally see during the day, which is nice. It's not enough that I should win, but others must also lose. Fun is zero sum. Yeah. Declan, please don't do that, bud. Alright, so they're at 6 mana. Now, the question is, do I want to play Puffcat Peddler to get my Mushroom Cloud going, or do I want a Mushroom Cloud into Crescent Guardian? I think I want to get just Peddler going and try and get their deck loaded up here. Evening to Zerg. Yeah, the Puffcap's like this game. Opponent's deck, for people that aren't familiar, is a combo control deck that tends to go long. So putting Puffcaps into their deck is going to have a lot of value because they're pretty likely to see a lot of them over the course of the game. So I think I actually want to hold Puffcat Peddler back here. Actually, maybe I don't have mana to Mystic Shot. Yeah, I'm going to hold this back because I don't want to attack this into my opponent's Shadow Assassin and then have this die to Mystic Shot. I've seen Karma's die to Mushrooms while comboing with Ezreal. Yeah, that's great. Thermo Beam for 3. Okay. put 8 camps in your deck.
I've always been a
So,
fun
got a little punish for not attacking with this, but I think my play's right. Gets right to play around Mystic Shot there. We still have 10 more mushrooms here, so we'll get them up to, or still 20 more mushrooms here, so we'll get them up to 28 with that alone. Each of these makes 2.
Night falls.
I mean, fair's fair. This application does have bugs on occasion. But the overall look and feel is much brighter than Magic Arena. You're not wrong with that. They also aren't trying to run major esports tournaments on this current client. So like, I think it's a little bit more forgiving to like have issues when you're not trying to push your platform as that just yet. Correct. It doesn't have a massive memory leak. You can literally leave the game open for days at a time. I think I'm playing Lenari Shadestalker here. Yeah, I understand how software development works. I don't expect perfection. I just expect things to be reasonable, and Wizard of the Coast is frequently not reasonable.
The spirit gives to those who
Would you really define Magic as an esport? I wouldn't, but the people that describe Magic to their shareholders do, so I think they should be held accountable to their own description.
It's too late for you.
ready yourself.
These types of exchanges definitely favor my opponent. Their deck is the control deck, as I mentioned, so like as these games go long, they are more and more likely to win, and we are less and less likely to win, so the fact that they're at 17 and the board's currently empty is a big deal here. We do have 12 puff caps in their deck, but they're still at 17.
Not all mean well.
Maybe we're gonna try and like double Crescent Guardian here, and then we'll open attacks next turn. Hoping to dodge, like, get excited. Yeah, Percy, having experienced Runeterra and seeing how some of the people talk about their formats, I definitely understand why it's tough as a game designer to listen to your community at times when they tell you things are bad.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Because players basically always think there's an issue, even when there's not. I think I'm supposed to attack into this. It sucks to get 2 damage marked on my thing, but... So, blocking this one is a mistake. They should be blocking here, so that way they life gain for more, I believe, right? They can't life gain past 20. Last fight is a turn-based tactics roguelite. Neat. I'm actually, so there's a... I spent the afternoon, sometime this afternoon, filling out my schedule for next week with the Magic set release, and, what was I gonna say? Spent some time filling out stuff with the Magic set release for next week, and, putting some of the variety segments up there. And there's a game called Dreamscape that we're going to play Monday night, I think. That looks really sweet. I played a little bit of it to see how it was before putting it on there. I think I'm going to go ahead and just jump up here, get some mushrooms going, probably play this back down. Oh, yeah, you're right. It didn't matter which one they blocked, right? Because it happened simultaneously? Sure. Rude.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk. Or whoops, am I right?
What is gained when we return malevolence?
It's a good pickup if they don't kill this right away. Into the Breach, one of those games I lose in constantly, but feel like it was my fault to learn a lot. Yeah, I looked at the Steam reviews. It looked like it was a good puzzle game. Opponents at 16 puff caps and 24 cards and 16 life. Each of these will put in 8, and this is another 8, so this will be like 32 total. There, I guess they're technically 2 higher because of the Stragglings. They have 14 puff caps. They're at 16 currently. If they try and kill this, I can save it with shoot up against most of their things, which is nice.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
I got ways to find me mushrooms. My life total doesn't matter here. Yeah, it feels like, it doesn't even feel like, there's more design TLC put into commons in Runeterra than there is mythic rares in Magic Arena. Like, voices, animations, just all those little details have more thought put into them in this game than the rarest cards do in Arena. It's embarrassing for Arena.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Alright, so I think we open on this. We're just gonna stack the deck up with mushrooms here again. It's almost like they consider every card an equally. It's not even about every card, Blake. Like, I don't think a single card in Arena has as much attention paid to it as any random card does in Runeterra. So did I miss a message? You guys see Mangu Paco Zendikar Rising that they posted on Twitter? That's awkward. I did not see that. I think I love some of the best voice lines too are like when the champions talk to each other. Like when Miss Fortune sees herself. It's just great.
Yasuo, show yourself.
This play is quite stunning. Hey, so I think we're just like all in on the puff caps, right? Am I casting these as well? I think I'm casting these as well, right? They're at 53 puff caps. I think we put them to 59. So they have about 3 puff caps per card right now. Math checks out. Okay, good died Ezreal here. So, leveled Ezreal says every time they cast a spell, they deal 2 extra damage to my Nexus. This is elusive, so I can't block it.
It's not bragging if you could back
Makes a Mystic Shot when it hits me. Runtime CMD, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good evening.
That's gotta hurt.
So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very likely dead here. Oh, I should suit up twice. Yeah, in case they start rummaging and put 6 more caps in their deck.
There they go.
Just in case. Good chance we die and that doesn't matter, but they might do that if they rummage. So if they play cards that draw cards to try and kill me with Ezreal, we want as many things as possible in their deck.
Peace begins within.
And that's lethal all on its own now, right? Because this will do 8 and then this will do 4. Like I mentioned, we were on like turn 5 or 6 of that game when they were at 17 still with the board clear. We're definitely super far behind. Yeah, definitely. We needed to fade Ezreal. We needed them to be a little bit unfortunate, right? We needed them to not have easy in the top large number of cards. Yeah, I agree, Puppet. Riot's really found a great mix with that, where like you still get a loot box experience without having to pay money for it. It seems very reasonable here. Actually, I'm gonna mulligan the Diana because again they're playing Easy Karma. It's like the same matchup. Is it the same player? I don't remember the username. Damn, we're really bad about drawing these suit-ups. Not only do you never draw land in Runeterra, but Runeterra goes even further than that, and not only are there not blanks in your deck, but you also are just drawing more cards. Like, you draw twice as many cards in Runeterra as you do in a game of Magic, because you're effectively drawing a card on your turn and their turn. I don't want to play this out because of Static Shock. So I'm going to go ahead and Dusk Petal and then Crescent Guardian here, I think. Attack for 7. Yeah, the Mana Bank doesn't really have a direct parallel to Magic, though. Necessarily. I agree it's fantastic, but... Crack my window really quick.
Silent as death. Inari, rise! You cannot escape.
I think we jump into Shadestalker here. I know a good addition for a command when I see one.
Time for a true display of skill.
Unseen, unheard.
That's good advice for most things. Going to Reddit, even for amazing games, tends to leave you very sad afterwards, so...
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
I mean, people making jabs and comparing things to Hearthstone is the same reason you see, you know, card players constantly making strictly better comparisons or strictly worse comparisons to things, right? People like to draw on the familiar for stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's definitely true. One of the reasons why Runeterra is as good as it is because it came after. Like, Runeterra is a good game because it draws on good things from Hearthstone and Magic. This is again, kind of unfortunate draw. I don't think I want to throw this into here. They might not block anyways, but getting this pumped up to a 4-5 here is big game. Pretty much all my opponent's removal is damage-based. So, a lot of veteran TCG players or other people that I know don't feel this way, but I actually really don't mind Hearthstone's gameplay. Hearthstone actually has, like, pretty interactive gameplay. Like, all of your units in Hearthstone basically double as removal spells. The big hang-up for me as a player that kept me off of really enjoying Hearthstone long-term is just that the deck building depth is shallow. Yeah, the big reason I love playing Constructed, I don't enjoy the randomness in Hearthstone. Hearthstone really doesn't have that much randomness in it compared to most card games. The cards do too many random things. Lukewarm take. And this might not apply to you because you're here watching Runeterra and not Magic, but Hearthstone on average has way less variance than Magic the Gathering, and I don't think it's close. Yeah, and that's a fine critique, Jin. The fact that, like, you don't take actions on your opponent's turn, I think is a definite play preference style thing to not like. That's a little sad. I guess it's not too big of a deal because I get to, like, play a bunch of gems out next turn. These gems will be pretty outrageous.
Breathe in, breathe out.
So if we gem here, we can just go ahead and attack and it forces a block, which is nice. I have to have something. Evening, Dr. Jazin. Yeah, I think you can definitely make the argument that the places Hearthstone put its variants frequently don't feel good. Yeah, I agree with that, Springsbug. I think Artifact, not to speak ill of the dead for a moment, I think a big reason why Artifact failed was even though it was super low variance, the places it put the variance was awful. Where your variance ends up at really matters.
What is gained when we return malevolence?
We're at 20, and I have elusive blockers here, so hopefully we're not in the market to dying to an Ezreal this turn. Fingers crossed. They only have 4 cards as well here, so that's nice.
Excuse you.
I think this losing 2 points is fine. Are they remaking Artifact or was that Hex? I think they're technically both of those are being remade.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
It says RDT is not connected. Oh, that's Overwolf, right? Are people seeing? Someone mentioned the Runeterra deck tracker earlier. Is that up there now? It should be. Yeah, I have access to the Artifact closed beta. No desire to open it though. We can go ahead and heal this now, right? If you're someone that's one of the folks that supports my content, you can't normally watch during the day, welcome to a live one. If you're a new viewer stumbling in, welcome to the channel. I stream full-time here on Twitch. Generally did mostly daytime streams, but changing my schedule up in the post-plague world to include some evenings now.
Whatever the cost.
Pale Cascade is very, very good. Very, very good. You played Underlords or Teamfight Tactics? There is a video of me playing Teamfight Tactics on my YouTube channel. Evening, Yoshi. I agree with the assessment that Teamfight Tactics felt unpolished.
No sweat.
They must have another Ezreal to be blocking here, right? Although I guess their life total's like also low. Maybe they're gonna block and try and kill this. They're just like blocking just in case they don't kill it successfully. Maybe I should have done this pre-combat to play Diana out to hook this, huh? It could definitely be a mistake. Oh. I think I Diana here. So this way, if I draw another Diana next turn, I can cantrip it with its Pale Cascade mode to like try and peel a Mystic Shot.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish, Moon Sister.
I did definitely make a mistake, I think. I guess if I Pale Cascade pre-combat, it's worse against the stun. We're at 12, they're going up to 5 cards. I assume this leveled Karma is going to be lethal again here.
Where there is life,
So they just need 3 castable spells now. This matchup does not seem particularly good. Yeah, it'll do, pig. Please die. 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 Yes! Yes! Mushrooms!
The words
Just like we drew it up, chat. Just like we drew it up. Matchup's terrible. Just like we drew it up. What's going on, child? Did you hear my victory screams? You did? I don't know how you could have heard me. I'm very quiet.
No, you're big. Yo, what?
Oh, Declan. Yeah, did the RTX let you hear him? He said you're very loud, you yell a lot. Alright, so they're playing something aggressive, which I think means I'm supposed to mulligan Mentor the stones here. Although I guess I'm attacking on odds, so maybe this is fine to keep. Yeah, I keep it. This might be wrong. But I'm playing Vi Draven. Draven implies something aggressive. Vi could be mid-rangey though. Deleted. Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. My Poro cannoning here. I probably want to bait removal before playing the Mentor of Stones, right? How do we feel about Cloud into Crescent Guardian here? Think I like Cloud into Guardian? No, I don't really think there's a reason to Poro cannon aggressively here. I'm gonna attack this in here. If they want to eat it, I get to hit them with my 5-3 push damage. Hey, welcome back, Corluski. Glad to hear things are going alright for you. Wow, that's brutal. Rough. Do that, and then eat this. Great for a hero. I'm gonna do this. Keep my life total a little bit high. I don't know exactly how aggressive they are. Invisible to the Agenrad.
Teemo still like a yodel in uniform.
So we're going up to 5 mana this turn, so I can Mentor of the Stones onto here and then Pale Cascade inside of combat, which is nice. We'll see if they can kill this in response. Hopefully if they try and kill this, they use like Static Shock and I can protect it with Pale Cascade. Would be ideal.
Oh, floaty crystals. Excuse you.
Do a Pale Cascade to try and draw a Mystic Shot here? I think so. It cantrips. I'd like to trade here, I think. Oh, this will be good down the line with Poro Cannon, huh? Okay, and then these outrageous gems shall turn into some Poros chat, which is exciting. Arena Bookie with Mushroom Clouds is kind of sweet. Man, we are going to elusive them into the ground, chat.
Go time!
RR.
Up top!
I'm gonna go to 8.
The old switcheroo!
Okay, so we go suit up here. We go gem here. Gem here. All of these are burst spells. We attack for 14 elusive. Ba-beep. Killed by a pile of adorable, chat. Killed by a pile of adorable. But is playing Kalista. So they are almost assuredly tempo endure. Diana is excellent here. I think I'm mulliganing everything not Diana, trying to find a good enabler for her. She can help us control the board. Teemo on 1's fine. A couple of Mystic Shots are great. Damn it, suit up!
Nothing like the great outdoors.
This card normally costs 4, but it's cheaper the turn you draw it. That Teemo, chat, he's a real giver, a real team player. Nailed it. Nailed it. Never didn't have it. It's Teemo! Feeling a little devilish today, chat. I'm feeling a little devilish. This deck's great. Love it. Diana is 1000% my favorite champion this game right now. She's so excellent. For Teemo about to break bad. Teemo is evil. Teemo is adorable. How could you call my precious little teams evil? Come on now. Yeah, this is fine, right? We have Mushroom Cloud to enable Shadestalker, and then we have Mentor with the stones to bump it up. Pump up, the bump up, the wump up, the jam. Look at this. Look at this adorable creature, chat. Look how much he loves this mushroom. Could someone that loves nature that much be evil? Look at him. Look at how happy he is. He makes rainbow explosions, chat. He's a war criminal. Wow, Teemo. I'm not listening to a word they're saying, okay? You're my guy. I trust you. I'd go to bat for Teemo, chat. Teemo's got my back, unlike the rest of you, Twitch chat. Diana's very good here from them. Is she saying invisible to the ignorant? Ignorant? Is that what she's saying?
Face your heretic.
All you people telling me I need to play League to experience why Teemo's evil, it just sounds to me like you all have some biases from your history with the little devil. And he's really adorable if you would just take your biases and set them aside. Invisible to the ignorant. Cute as a devil is a saying, chat.
Celestial power.
Celestial power. We'll get some truly outrageous gems here. We'll crack them for 4. It's going to be lovely. Fading Memories, Mentor of the Stones. That's pretty good with Diana. Hey, Toasted Beano. Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
Bad for the teeth, though. Doom Beast is very, very good. You are not wrong.
You tried to blind me with resplendence, but they could not break me.
That is a level to Diana. They have another Nightfall card here. We are just dead, basically. She's gonna get Challenger and she's gonna hook my elusive.
Crystals.
Alright, do you have a Pale Cascade or not? Yep.
Our light grows brighter.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. Our out to winning this game involved punking them with this elusive. That's so bugger line. Well, I mean, to be fair, Percy, like, Pale Cascade's an easy 3 of. When did I sign on? We've been live for about an hour. So going live about 7 p.m. Central. I don't understand your question, Dark Rider. The second part of Call of the Mountain won't be until the end of October, I imagine. They said about 2 months between releases. This is fine, I think. Maybe Peddler's not good here. They're an aggressive deck, but I'm mulligan Peddler against an aggro deck. End of December. Trying to target end of December for a release seems ambitious. Over the holidays. Happy holidays. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
You've been down in the sump, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, like, Halloween's not a real holiday. It's like a holiday.
This, died as you lived. Smell it.
I'm actually here.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
I'm kind of sad. My kids are gonna miss.
I've got your back.
My kids are gonna miss Halloween 2 years in a row. Last year it was like snowing and all the sidewalks were iced over and it was sub-zero.
Signing off.
Oh, if mushrooms
Feels like we're gonna die here. This build feels worse than Diana Vi against these other decks that play to the board. Having Vi as another challenger having Vi as another challenger feels like a big deal.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Death or the blade. More ways to keep the board in check basically in the other build.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to, like, put a sign on my front door about there being a pandemic when it gets to Halloween time.
there they go.
I live in a fairly red area, so I expect there to be plenty of idiots taking their kids out regardless. Am I supposed to Mystic Shot the Fleet Feather Tracker so it can't pull these into combat? I think so.
Honor guide me.
We will resist.
Think I do this so I can kill their stuff here?
Love ya.
They're at 26 buff caps.
I ought to show you the sights of Bilgewater. The sights are fine. The smells, on the other hand.
Ill-lit by moonlight.
Ooh, quite a collection. Reporting in.
Gotta feed. Single combat here. I let on Diana hoping to bait that. We did not bait successfully.
Face your heretic.
Grow free.
Grow free! Well, pretty sure we're on the high roll all the mushrooms plan, so let's just put 6 more in there and hope to put them to 86 here. Okie doke! 86 puff caps, 30 cards. Your move, Yugi boy. Average 2 per.
The quiet of the woods. There's nothing like it. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I think we're dead here. Which region do I like most, flavor-wise / aesthetically? I don't know, I think they do a good job with a lot of them. There's a number of them that I look at and go, this is sweet. I mean, two in a single card's about average, right? They have 29 cards, 84 caps. It's like closer to 3. But
It's just sleeping, right? New recruit reporting in.
yeah, we're definitely, if they don't have, we're not just dead if they don't have rally, which is nice. If they have rally, we're super boned because, this hook implies they don't have rally, right?
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
Here's how that works.
Destiny.
Love ya.
The opponent's archetype is Girl Scouts, yeah.
My duty's done.
Listen.
Slow down, will you?
Cause I'm high rolling. Hey, we need 8 puff caps in one hit while we're averaging 3, so.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
We could draw Mystic Shot with them drawing 6. Oh no! We were so close! We were so close!
That's Captain Fortune.
Must have missed a point somewhere. Must have missed a point somewhere. Missed it by that much. Live by the shrooms, die by the shrooms, chat. Live by the shrooms, die by the shrooms. Alright, let's do one more with this, and then we'll place them into the breach, huh? Thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. If you're a new viewer that's wandering in from the Runeterra section on Twitch, welcome to Oaklandia. I stream full-time here. We do a ton of card games like Magic and Runeterra. Also do some variety streaming, mostly turn-based strategy games and role-playing games. We'll be playing a turn-based strategy game called Into the Breach after we're done with this deck. If you're enjoying the content and you're interested in more constructed Runeterra and those other things I talked about, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Pretty much everything I stream gets cut up and archived there. Yes, Trundle Oriental. Alright, feed me greed. Definitely mulliganing the suit up. I think I'm mulliganing the Poro Cannon here. I have this as a Nightfall Enabler. I don't feel bad about mentioning. We talk about Runeterra stuff during Magic. We talk about Magic stuff during Runeterra. Any cards from Zendikar? I'm gonna be honest. I need to sit down and go through the full spoiler.
Spilled paint is
I'm excited for them introducing no challenger, no 2-1 challenger. God bless. I'm excited for them introducing land spell split cards. Magic needs resource variance reduction.
You've been down in the sump, haven't you?
I just finished putting together my schedule for all of next week. That includes the Magic set release on Thursday, and Wednesday night before the set releases, instead of streaming games, we're actually going to do a deck building stream. So we'll build the decks that I'm going to be playing on Thursday and Friday, Wednesday night. What do you mean by resource variance reduction? So Magic, if you're not familiar, you have to put resources, lands, into your deck. And they're introducing cards in their new set for Magic that will be lands and spells simultaneously, depending on how you want to play them. So those will work greatly towards reducing the resource variance in Magic because they're what you need when you need them, basically.
Sleeping, right?
Light flowers upon my blade.
There's still an opening for decks on Thursday. I mean, depending on how much money you give me, there's always an opening for decks, Beansy.
Darkness hides.
On a more serious note, I don't actually have that many standard submissions yet. I think people are still pretty cautious about standard after how bad Magic standard format has been for so long. Huh? Do we just like Poro Cannon, bend the pedal here, and then play this and an elusive? I think that's the plan. And if they have a second Avalanche, these two survive, right? So I still get to them for 7, so that seems okay for us. Evening, Stromboli.
What will you have?
Do I want to trade this for this? I think so. Especially because it means I get a hit with the 2-1 here. So if they block here, they take 7 down to 13. That's really unfortunate. Troll Chant's really good. Here's a good boy.
Have a mushroom.
Have 3. So the hope here is to push some damage with elusives and then peel them off, finish them off with burn spells and mushrooms. This all popped up to 13 total puff caps. We get to crack them for 4 down to 11. We got them at a virtual 7 with Mystic shots. Am I supposed to play around a second Avalanche here? I think the answer is no. They can't Ice Quake me this turn. They only have 7 mana. They're only 11 cards into their deck, so we're just hoping to fade that second Avalanche. He is pretty adorable being shot out of his cannon.
Think they can see me?
He, she, it. Are Poros gendered? That's a good question. Are they gendered in general in the lore?
It's our time.
I don't want to attack with you. I think I'm putting Mystic Shots on the stack here. So that way we level this before we hit. So Mystic Shot will put 3 into here, which will level this. Well, the blurb is gendered on the art. That's a good catch. Her first launch. There you go. That's a good catch. I often don't read the flavor text. Alright, with the Teemo level here, we might punk them out. Hey, thanks for the tip, Beansy. For blue-black rogue mill. Sounds good. So they're at 6, and they have 30 puff caps and 30 cards. I could deal another 2 to them here. It's quite possible I should have done this pre-combat. Need to fade ice quakes and stuff here. There's still a mana off of Orion's Soul at least, so we've got that going for us.
This one's on the house.
Save Teemo emotes. Yeah, I think I messed up and I should have done this last turn before I hit them with Teemo. I technically missed 3 puff caps this way because Teemo would have doubled them there. Poros don't mate, they explode into more Poros when you feed them enough Poro snacks. That's great. That is an A+ Vorthos right there.
Their scent travels on the night air, invisible to the ignorant.
Invisible to the ignorant. He's so scary, chat. Look at him. Look at her coming for him. Dropping in. Play your Orient Soul. Die to some mushrooms. Oh no, dial up, dragon. We got a hush here? Or are you going to 2? Be very quiet.
Sisters.
Yikes. Please die. Please die. Could be dead here. They've got a 7-power Dorko. I wish I could take credit for Dial Up Dragon. I unfortunately cannot, but it's definitely great. Definitely descriptive of that card's sound effect.
Your favorite star. I created it.
So, overall, I think if you're interested in, playing Teemo specifically, this seems like a fine Teemo deck that's capable of winning games. From the viewpoint of looking to be strictly competitive, I think in a strictly competitive sense, this deck ends up being worse than the Violent Gems, the Diana Vi deck that I've got up on my website. Obviously, they're the same factions, so there's some overlap between what they're doing, but I think, like, being able to go a little bit bigger and having things that, like, give Overwhelm with the Zenith, these are both very, very reasonable things to be doing. I like the little bit bigger build that this deck is doing compared to what the being lower to the ground with the Teemo Diana. Another thing that's kind of tough is you kind of have like some lower quality cards in your deck here too, like Clump of Wump. This card's almost on rate with making the puff caps, but in general, I think not quite equal to like a full Runeterra card on average. All right, that's going to wrap up our Runeterra stuff for the evening. We're going to shift gears and play a little bit of a puzzle game for the remainder of the stream tonight called Into the Breach.